people to vote for, and there's a lot of different parties to even vote for that don't normally get the time in the media, but actually do exist and are fighting everything from working families and beyond.
My politics
Speaking
have
of
been
different
non-binary for a long time. Sorry, Rosanna.
non-binary, we are not binary.
But
Speaking
Rosario, can I
of
say
different
something?
voices, yeah, Richard, go on.
That's absolutely true. And I actually ran for Congress on the Green Party many years ago. But the Green Party, for example, and these other independent parties may in fact take votes away from the candidate that you otherwise want. And until we have ranked choice voting, that's not a smart thing to do tomorrow in a swing state in a presidential or a Senate race that's going to be decided potentially by a few votes. George W. Bush won the state of Florida and therefore the 2000 election by 537 votes. Ralph Nader, the Green Party candidate in 2000, yes, Sarah, I love Ralph Nader.
I voted for Ralph Nader that year, and I'm really sorry, everybody.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, there you go. He had over 90,000 votes. And so had Ralph Nader decided to run in other states and not swing states, Al Gore, the most environmental president we could have ever elected at that time, would have been president for 4 or 8 years. And
Or George
Sarah.
W. Bush could have been president even more officially, and he could have been more cowboy-like and done all of his stuff. It's nonpartisan. The point is, once it gets down to two candidates, it's a little silly in the last end throes of the election. It's like trying to root for the Astros in the World Series just finished. They're not in the World Series. So vote for one of the two teams that's still viable.
Well, I'm really glad, again, we're not trying to shame any voters, because the thing is we got 100 million people who might not even vote at all, who are already registered. And so we don't want to push them away because they could still make their voices heard. We still have 21 states where people can actually register and vote on the same day tomorrow. And what we want to do is just have a robust electorate who shows up, so that it's not just about, that 500 over here, or they should have done that. You got to make sure that everyone feels like their voice matters and that they should and can vote. But I think it's really important what you just brought up, Richard, about ranked choice voting, and these being the kinds of things that everything from reimagining or changing the electoral college, whatever, are the kinds of stuff that exist moving forward, that doesn't have to stay the same. Change is possible in so many different ways, and I think ranked choice voting would be a really remarkable one. Since we're talking about different voices in different spaces, I'd love to share. We'd love to share some videos coming up. Stay tuned in the very end. Craig Robinson has a very special, heartfelt message to share with everyone. It's really, really beautiful. You know him from The Office and so many things. He's incredible. But first, we're going to go to a video from Alicia Keys. And then I think Adam McKay has something he wants to say to us.
Man, I gotta vote tomorrow.
Yay!
The line's gonna be crazy. And what if I don't fill in the paper right and the dots? What if I mess it up? Or what if they run out of stickers and then nobody even knows I voted anyway? Does my one little vote even make a difference? Alicia! Come on, what are you talking about? You're amazing. You can do this. Plus, you stand in long lines at the grocery store all the time. So just get yourself together, get a mask, get your ID, get your hand sanitizer, and let's go make some beautiful noise. Little Alicia, you always were so wise. You're right, I'm gonna do it. And remember, there's no I in America. No, there is an I in America. Where? Oh, it's like in the middle, toward the end. Oh yeah, there is an I. Anyway, you know what I mean. Let's get it together. Use your voice.
Hi, Adam McKay here in the back of a scout van. We are working on a movie amidst all this insanity. But I just wanted to take a second to tell everyone if there's anyone out there who's on the fence about voting, please vote. Do it safely, wear a mask, social distance, but man, oh man, this election, among all others, is, they always say, biggest of our lifetime. This one really is. Future of democracy could be in the balance. So just encouraging you to get out there and use your constitutional right to cast a ballot for the leader of your choice and the leaders of your choice. And thank you so much. Be safe and remember to vote wearing a mask, social distance, all that stuff. All right, I hope you're safe and well.
Hi, Christine Baskets here. Be sure you vote tomorrow. Your vote really counts. I don't care who you vote for, but just vote. And try to look nice when you go to the polls. It matters.
Hey, it's Anthony Scaramucci, former White House Communications Director. I'm talking to you from my home studio where I'm spending a lot of time campaigning. Was in the White House for 11 days. Sometimes I choose to say 954,000 seconds. It makes me feel better. But let's get on to you. Now, I want you to go and pledge that you're going to vote at telethonofamerica.com, and you'll get a chance to win a Zoom call with one of the celebrities that are supporting this great cause. Go look at the website, check everything out over there. Get out and vote. Vote your conscience. I'm certainly voting my conscience. I'm not going to tell you how to vote. I'm just going to tell you that we have this wonderful democracy that I have a tremendous amount of faith in. And if you go out and vote, that the democracy won't be disrupted. So God bless. Wishing you the best.
Amazing. We had the mooch right there, and we had Carol Baskin brought to life in dramatic fashion by Louis Anderson. Unreal. And Alicia Keys, my God, great to have Alicia Keys on the show. And now I would like to bring up live for our final stand-up performance. We are in the home stretch of the show. We'll be wrapping this thing down pretty soon, but I'm very excited and honored to bring on a dear friend of mine. Not only is she one of the writers of the Telethon for America this year, but also you might have seen her amazing special on Netflix called They Ready. She's one of the amazing comedians on that. Please give a warm welcome to Ida Rodriguez, everybody. Welcome.
Ooh, what's up? This is weird. Hi, Rosario. It's like two Puerto Ricans on deck. How you doing? Good. I'm Puerto Rican, so I came to integrate the show. Somebody, you guys love flavor. I know you guys. I know we saw a bunch of white guys, but I came here to represent my people. I'm Puerto Rican, which means I'm a Mexican with papers. So I know. So low common denominator. I actually came here because I wanted to see celebrities fail again this year. Let's see them mess it up one more time right before the election. I think people were gonna vote for Democrats until they saw that video of naked people, and it was like, that's all right, we're gonna do Trump 4 more years. I know nobody who was in that video's left, so I can say that. I'm at the end. I am in the proverbial back of the bus. They put me. They know where to put me because they know what could come out of my mouth. My stepfather's Cuban. Listen, and my stepfather's Cuban, and he is nervous right now. I need you to show up and vote so the twitching can stop.
Rican like me, Mira.
Yes,
we all confused.
Yes, listen. I fight myself in my sleep. Puerto Rican and Dominican and Cuban. Amazing what happens in my home. I just took a little break. I came here. I started to think about my life because I'm Puerto Rican, Dominican. My stepfather's Cuban. So that means I'm a little bit Commonwealth, a little bit third world, sprinkled with a little political asylum. So to American people who are very entitled, I'm just letting you know, you better show up and vote. Show up and vote. I'm stopping in the middle of the set and say, show up and vote or shut up on social media.
Yep.
On social media, and you can't even post about cheesecake without Hillary Clinton getting blamed for it. So I need you to show up and vote.
Thanks, Obama.
Yes. Obama hit that 3-pointer today. Did you see that? And then he said, "That's what I do." And then Donald Trump ate a Big Mac and said, "That's what I do." It was just what America is right now.
Let's hope it was impossible meat.
It was impossible meat. His meat is impossible. Can I say that here?
You did.
I know. I love to see the men freak out when they see a woman do stand up, especially like a woman of color. They're like, oh, because men can do whatever they want. They'll get on stage, they'll talk about their penis and how their penis made a right, and then people will be like, he's a genius. And then a woman says something off color and everybody freaks out. Let me just tell you, all of the off color stuff is going to come out of my mouth because, I mean, I let somebody walk out of my vagina and talk back to me. Do you understand what that is? Horrible. I have this girl at home that I call my daughter that looked me in my eye and told me that she hated me. And I said, I'm so glad you said it first. You too, bitch. You are mediocre and entitled, and that's not a good combination. It's a mess. You know what's funny is my mom's Puerto Rican and she's really crazy. I could never ever say I hate you to my mother. She would have drop kicked me in my throat. And I would have looked like the lady in the smoking commercial. I would have been like, I talk back to my mother. Smoke cigarettes. Don't talk back to Puerto Rican mothers. Really awful. I do my colorism joke everywhere I go. It's my favorite joke because I grew up in a black and brown neighborhood, and an African American black girl said to me, "You think you cute because you light skin and got good hair?" And I was like, "I'm light skinned and I got good hair?" I was like, "I'm rolling with these bitches." He said, "If we were in slavery, you'd be in the house." And I was like, "You know, if we were in slavery, we'd be in slavery. I mean, does my location matter?" Right? I'd rather be out in the field with LeBron James than in the house getting fondled by the Quaker Oats man. I like the cringe. The cringe makes me happy. I just feel like you got to offend everybody. I know that in this event, I'm supposed to be politically correct, and that's when I aim for not being politically correct. But it's very hard doing stand-up right now because everybody's so fragile. Everybody's feelings get hurt. Everybody wants to cancel you. I was doing a comedy show and this blind guy kept heckling me and I just kept avoiding him because I was like, I'm not making fun of a blind dude. I'm not getting canceled. I'm just getting started. All right. And then after the show, he came up to me and he said, "You know what, Ida, I was very, very offended by you because you said you're about diversity and inclusion. You saw me. I kept talking to you and you would not acknowledge me. You didn't make fun of me. So I wrote a joke about blind people. And I'm going to end on this. So I don't know if you know, but 7 blind people climbed Mount Everest. And I want to know what they did when they got up there."
Yeah.
I want to know how he saw that you saw him.
I know. And you know, I'm like, did he inhale deeply? And how did he know that they got up there, right? That's what I want to know. Because if I was the tour guide, I'd take them up Runyon Canyon and I'd be like, "We made it, guys. We made it." I'm going to hell now. Hi, Adam. I see my friend Adam McKay. You know, it's funny. Those are the white guys that I like, the ones that got good credit and great eyebrows. So holla at me, Adam. I'm not dating any more Puerto Ricans. I'm tired of the struggle. Anyway, I just want to remind you to vote for DC to become a state. And Puerto Rico, my heart is with you. You are more than a state. You are a great nation. And I'm going to always shout out my country no matter where I am. Vote! Vote or you can't complain. Thank you. Bye.
Yeah, fantastic.
Stop, Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
Ida Rodriguez, everybody. Ida Rodriguez.
Yeah.
That was dope.
That was dope, right?
She's dope.
Mm-hmm.
I hear there's someone pretty amazing that we should be calling in to talk to right now. Rochelle Alton?
Rochelle Alston. We are
Alston.
bringing in somebody from our lucky one-on-one video rooms like we promised up top. I hear You're a very lovely person. So please turn your camera on and your mic on and join us, Rochelle.
Hi, my mic is on, but there we go.
There you go. Hi, Rochelle.
Wasn't ready for camera. Hi.
How you doing?
Hi. I'm well. How are you?
Pretty darn good. Tell us about your experience tonight a little bit.
Oh my gosh, what a pleasure to just be involved in this and, rocking the vote and getting everyone out there. And if you're undecided, whichever way you want to go, just get out there because your voice matters. It's not just the presidential election we're doing, it's city and state, and those are just as important. So get out there. Good job.
What has been your voting plan?
I'm in Washington State, so I did mail-in voting. So I've already got that dropped off.
And are you living currently? I'd like to ask everybody.
I'm living well. my COVID life.
COVID life, yeah. So it's barely living, but still technically we are alive.
Right.
Love that. Okay. Well, thank you so much. Tell us who you spoke with today in your private video chat.
Oh, I spoke with Monica Lewinsky, and it was amazing.
That is cool.
What an honor.
How did your chat go? What would you talk about?
So she had done her undergrad in college in Oregon, and so we talked about the Pacific Northwest.
Hold on, there's a lot of talking here, so we can't hear you. Say that one more time. Say that one more time.
We just talked about her time in the Pacific Northwest and just climate change and polling. It was an incredible conversation that I'm going to remember for a long time. So thank you.
That's amazing. We are so happy to hear that. Thank you for being here, Rochelle.
Thank you.
And we are now going to throw it, Rosario, if it's cool with you, to our final it's the final batch of videos, right, guys? It's our final selection of entertainers that would like to say a few words to you, and then we have our very special video message from Craig Robinson, and we will say goodnight. So please, without further ado, a message from Orlando Bloom, Rhett and Link, and the winner of America's Got Talent, doing a trick live from Las Vegas, Shin Lim. Starting with Orlando Bloom, let's take it away.
Hey, I'd like to encourage everyone to vote tomorrow. I'm not able to vote as I'm not an American citizen as yet, but I am the proud parent of 2 American children, and this year we vote for our future and the future generations. Because climate change is real. It affects us all. Scientists believe that if nothing is done, climate change could be irreversible by 2030, with 1 million species being at risk of extinction because of climate change. But if we act now, and by that I mean vote now, we can, with leaders who trust in the science, cut our carbon emissions in half and reverse the effects of climate change. So please, make sure you're registered, verify your polling place, and tomorrow you can do your part to literally save the planet. Thank you.
Hey guys, it's Rhett and Link from Good Mythical Morning.
We got some facts we want to share with you. If you were to remove all of your intestines and stretch them as far as possible, it would really hurt.
That's the wrong list.
Oh yeah, this is my list of things I don't want to forget. This is the correct list. African Americans and white people use drugs at similar rates, but the imprisonment rate of African Americans for drug charges is almost 6 times that of white people. On average, black men in the U.S. receive sentences that are 19.1% longer than those of white men convicted for the same crimes. And black women are 3 to 4 times more likely to experience a pregnancy-related death than white women, even at similar levels of income and education. I could go on.
Yeah, there was a time in our lives when we would have said that racism and systemic injustice was a thing of the past, and that was a very popular perspective where we grew up, but the facts tell a different story.
Yeah, we love America, and that's why we think it's important to just be honest about the fact that it is still a place where people of color are not afforded the same opportunities and advantages that we are.
Yeah, and that reality is informing our vote in 2020, and we want to encourage you to take that into account as you vote tomorrow.
Hey friends, Steve Hofstetter here. I want to use my time to
Thank you guys so much again. My name is Shinlin. Please go and vote. Stay safe, stay strong.
That was a pretty damn cool trick, if you ask me. Holy moly. Also, my apologies to Steve Hofstetter, whose clip was cut off there. That's because I accidentally took his joke earlier when I was having a conversation about Steve. Just bring Steve on for 1 second. We were having a conversation about third parties and ranked choice voting, and Steve texted me during that. He's like, use my joke if you want about third parties, and I did it. And then he said, I said, let me do my joke. And so I stole your joke, Steve. And I told him to edit it out of the show. And he edited it out poorly. And I looked very stupid in every possible way. I'm very sorry, my friend.
I appreciate that. I got to say, I did deliver it much better.
Believe you.
And I'm not even drunk like somebody. You know what I'm saying? Oh, hey, Doug. Great to see you again, my friend. Please don't use the F-bomb. The show is ending. Please don't use the F-bomb. Just don't F-bomb us right now. We're keeping you on mute. There you are. Anyway, you look great, Doug. For being pretty bombed right now, you look fantastic. It's great to have both of you here. Very nice that you took time to be with us. Oh, Doug, any last words?
Unmuted or muted?
You're unmuted now, but please.
Okay.
You know.
Oh, I was just, but my chat has been way better than any time you've come to me. Sorry, my dog's jumping on me. Yeah, I just chatted. I've never been a lot. What?
Where's Steve?
I'm being censored by my own friends. I was just saying that every election that I've ever lived through has been the most important election of your life. And I just want to congratulate elections for always one-upping themselves. Always being the best.
That is a fact, and it's because it somehow keeps being true. So that means we got to take it very seriously, and we have to make sure that we do not take for granted our right to vote. It is very, very important. And I think then, Rosario, it might be time for...
Wait. Ben, before we wrap, could I just say something real quick about people who are unsure of if they like a candidate or not?
Sure.
I'm from New York City, big Mets fan, huge Mets fan. So I hate the Braves. Hate the Braves. If the Braves were ever in the World Series against ISIS, go Braves. You know what I'm saying? You put the hat.
Whatever side of the political spectrum you're on, the other side is could be your own personal ISIS. I understand your nonpartisan point, and I get it.
Totally nonpartisan.
Totally appreciate that. Thank you very much, Dean. Thank you for being here. Rosario, we have reached that time. We have just our special video from Craig Robinson left. How do you feel so far? Any reflections on the night?
I think it's been amazing. I love how ready everybody was when we randomly called them at times to kind of just step in. There was no fluster or bluster. People were just like right there and right on it because democracy is important and representing the Republic is something we always got to be ready for. And it was really beautiful to see everyone step up to the plate. I'm grateful for everyone who's tuned in with us. I'm especially grateful for everyone who's stayed with us because we do have a really, really special, heartwarming, just really deeply personal message from Craig Robinson that I'm really glad that we saved to the end. It's it's something to sink your teeth into, everyone, and he put a lot of heart into this.
Take it away, Craig.
Vote.
Ooh, wow. Wow. Bravo, I would say.
I don't think I could have said it any better.
How did he put it so beautifully and so succinctly? I don't know.
I should have conferred with him to talk about any of the stuff that I wanted to say so I could just get it said so powerfully.
Yeah, somehow there was a lot of talk tonight, and nobody kind of covered it in the way that he did. He just kind of summarized
I just want to say thank you so much, Ben, for letting me be a part of this. I got to contribute a tiny little video, nothing as profound and powerful as what Craig just shared with us. But I got to contribute a video that lasts midterms, and now you allowed me, because Olivia was working, host with you this year, and it was just a huge honor, and you're the man, and I hope you were really happy with this because you did a kick-ass job. You rock.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ben. Hey! Ben!
Thank you, guys. Those words, Rosario, so much. It's truly an honor to have you here. And I think it's a combination of the fact that Olivia was working and didn't reply to my DMs. And who knew how lucky we would get to get the incredible Rosario Dawson to join. You're a person who speaks your heart, and you use your influence and your reach for the betterment of our world, and you work so hard at it, and you do it with such charm and grace, and it's a real pleasure and honor of my life to have you here. Much more of an honor than when I did it with Olivia Munn, like 1,000 times more.
Literally saying that just because she's not here.
Correct.
But she did contribute to the video. So we'll see what happens next year. We got an election 2 more years from now. It's going to be on.
Yes,
maybe it'll just be her and me.
You're breaking up. I'm so sorry. You're breaking up. I think you're muted. Thank you for being here. Thank you to all of our amazing celebrities and influencers and public figures that took the time to be with us today. But most importantly, thank you to every single person across the country that tuned into this, that wanted to learn a little bit about the stakes of tomorrow's election, and just to learn about how to not be turned away at the polls, how to not have your vote suppressed, and how to use your voice, one most important, powerful thing we have in this country, to shape the future. So I pray, I hope, I even believe in things that I pray to, and I still pray that you turn out tomorrow and try to create the future that you want. Whatever side you're on, just make a choice. This
well
has been
said.
Telethon for
Ben.
America. Thank you, Rosario. Thank you to represent us.
Thank you, Ben. Thank you, represent us.
Bye. Good night.
Don't let your silence ring louder than your
Voting, everybody.
I gotta outlast.